This is Heather, and I am so excited to come live today to teach you about how you can be home with your kids. So, as you know, I am the queen of high ticket coaching, and I'm also a millionaire nurse. So, I decided about it was back in 2015, May 2015, that I was ready for something more than nursing. I was working in the ICU. I was working nights, holidays, weekends away from my family and unfulfilled. I knew that I was living beneath my potential and I knew that there was so much more. I didn't know exactly what it was, but I knew that I was really passionate about health and wellness. And I also knew that I wanted to help people stay out of the hospital. I wanted to be able to help people with preventative health, help them be healthier and happier. And so that's when I started with online coaching. I started with an online health and wellness company in May of 2015. I started growing it, had a lot of success, and it allowed me to walk away from nursing 2 years after starting in that company. So I worked in the ICU, had little kids, and worked my business all at the same time for 2 full years before I walked away from nursing. So a lot of times I see nurses think that they're going to be able to start a business and just leave their jobs within a month or 2 months of starting their business. That's not always the case. However, this was with a network marketing company, so the growth was much slower than with high ticket coaching. And so I continued to grow it over the next 3 years, but I also saw high ticket coaching was a thing, and I saw that it was working for other people. I saw the success they were having online and on social media. And I also hired a coach who had her very own business. And that was so appealing to me, the fact that she had her own business and she got to create her programs, her pricing, how she marketed her business. And that's when I knew that I wanted to create my own business. I didn't want to be a part of a company anymore because I didn't own that company. The company could go under or stop or, go bankrupt at any time, and I would lose everything. That's why I wanted to create my own business, build my own dreams, create my own programs, my own pricing, and have my success be in direct reflection of my efforts rather than a team below me and how much volume they were producing and how many sales they were creating. So that's why I stepped into high ticket coaching, and I was really scared to do it for several years. My dad passed away, and that was in 2019, and that's what really opened my eyes to the fact that I was hiding, that I was so fearful of starting. I finally realized how short life really is, and I knew that I was not living my dreams. I was not living up to my potential, and it was not what I really wanted to be a part of that health and wellness company. So that's when I knew it was time to figure out how to start my own business. I finally started at the end of January 2020. I hit 15,000 in sales in that first month, and it's just gone up from there. So now I specialize in helping other women do the same, how to start and grow. That's really what I'm an expert at, is business startup, high ticket sales, how to create a signature program and sell it over and over again, improve it, lengthen it, tweak it, make it better over time, continue raising prices, and help you get to, multiple 6 figures. So that is a little bit about me. My favorite part of online coaching is being with my kids. So that is why I felt so passionate about wanting to start online, because I was tired of being away from my family at the hospital, and I didn't want to do that anymore. I looked at my options. My options were I could go to NP school. I could become a personal trainer and help people get healthy at the gym. I could go back to school and do these other things or work more at the hospital. I didn't want to do any of that. I wanted to be home with my family. So that's when I knew that online coaching was for me. That's when I finally jumped in and I started with that company. And then, now I'm here today, 7 years ago, with $1 million business of my very own. So I want you to know that this is absolutely possible for you. I was at a place where I was missing out on holidays, memories, bedtimes, and my kids were little. So when I left nursing, my kids were 1.5 and I believe like 6 years old. And so they're really little. I knew that I didn't want to miss any more of their lives. I didn't want to miss any more memories. I was tired of living someone else's schedule. I was tired of feeling so unfulfilled. And that's when I knew that I had to, I had to leave. Even though it was hard for me to leave nursing after all of that schooling, after all the time and effort that I put into it, but I knew it was the right decision for my family. Same tough decision with leaving network marketing, stepping into my own business. It was really hard for me to leave that because I had put so much time and effort into it. I'd grown a huge team. I'd created amazing relationships, but I am so grateful every single day that I left and started my own business in so many ways, like a million ways. So that's a little background on me. I remember going back to work in the ICU after maternity leave, and I hated it. I hated being away from my babies. I just wanted to figure out a way that I could work from home because we couldn't survive on my husband's salary alone. So I knew that I had to be bringing in income for our family. But being at the hospital was not what I wanted to do anymore. And it's not that I was burnt out. I wasn't burnt out. It was that I was unfulfilled. I was bored and I was tired of being away from my family. And I knew there was so much more. I knew that I could help people in such a bigger way than like passing meds and, working in the ICU away from my family. So 8 years, I worked in the ICU for 8 years. That I missed out on nights, holidays, weekends. Before that, I worked as a paralegal. And so I've not worked as a nurse now for 5 years. I keep my license active because it's very easy to do. But that's my background. I was willing to be patient. I was willing to be gritty. I was willing to do whatever it took so that I would never have to go back to nursing again. I was willing to spend hours and hours, literally blood, sweat, and tears pouring into my business to make sure that I didn't have to go back to nursing. It was not easy, but I was willing to do whatever it took to not miss out on those memories with my kids. It took, like I said, 2 full years of working as a nurse, building my business, and with my little kids at home before I was able to finally leave nursing. It wasn't easy. It was 100% worth it. Like I would do it all over again in a heartbeat, a million times over for the level of freedom that I have. So today, so I go to the gym like 5 mornings a week. And today is the day that I sleep in on Thursdays. So I slept in until like 8 o'clock and had breakfast with my kids, just kind of sat around in our pajamas. And like, I get to go and eat lunch with them. I get to eat dinner with them. I get to put them to bed at night. I get to go to their swimming, their baseball, their t-ball. I get to be around for these things. I get to see them throughout the day, help them with their different crafts and activities they're playing with. So it's just priceless to me to be able to create these memories. Also having the financial ability to take my family on vacations. So we've been able to go on a Disney cruise, Disneyland. We went to Legoland this year. It was super fun. We're going on a staycation this weekend with our boys. And a lot of these things we wouldn't have been able to afford before. We're living paycheck to paycheck as public servants, and we didn't have enough money to just spend on vacations. We're going to a water park tomorrow. We're going to an amusement park next week. Like I have so much freedom in my schedule and the ability to do things that we couldn't do before. So really that freedom of choice is what, increasing our finances has given us. The freedom of choice, security for the future. We have a net worth now of over $1 million. And that's so important for me to provide for my children's future. And I know that it is up to me to do that. And so I take 100% responsibility for the success and for my results that I have within my business. So I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make sure that my family is taken care of for the future. We have retirement, we have savings, we have debt paid off, so that we are situated for the future. Also for medical things, medical emergencies, medical things down the road, long-term care, all of those huge expenses, because as you know, health is our greatest wealth. So I'm really into making sure that we're taking care of our health and that we have a future surplus for emergencies and for things that we need down the road. So I'm very mindful of this, especially after working as a nurse. I worked as a nurse for 10 years. I worked as an LPN before I worked in the ICU for 8 years. So based on my medical background, what I've seen happen to other people, it's super important for me to take care of my family's health as well as their financial future. So this is why I'm so passionate about women, moms, nurses, starting their own businesses, creating financial stability for their families, creating schedule freedom, freedom of choice to be able to travel, to do fun things with their families. Like, this is everything. This is what life is about. This is what life is about. It is not about money, not about money. It's the things that we're able to do and create with the financial freedom that we're able to, create within our businesses. And it's a direct reflection, the number of people that we help with the level of income that we earn. So it is incredible, absolutely life-changing. So if you're interested in learning like how I did this, how I can help you do the same, just comment Academy below. I can get you info on that. My High Ticket Academy is really for women and nurses who want to start a business from the ground up. So this is business startup. This is how to market, how to get clients, how to create a program. If you already are an established coach, you have a business and you want to grow to that next level, you want a cash injection, I have 5K in 20 days coming up. And then we start on August 1st. So excited for this program. I'm going to teach you how to have a cash injection in your business at any time. So quick, easy cash, specific strategies on how you can bring in more into your business. So I'll post the link for that in the comments. Just come to my DM with any questions. I hope you have an amazing day, and I hope that you see that this is absolutely possible for you too.